Okay guys, in this video, let's talk about strengthening your legs for your roundhouse kicks in Muay Thai. Now, not just your roundhouse kicks, your balance, your clinching, your knees, just your overall ability to be effective while training and sparring and maybe competing in Muay Thai. So on this channel, I've previously covered some strength training methodologies that I feel are beneficial for Muay Thai training or kickboxing. So right off the top, let's talk about a few of them. I mean, kicking. Just kicking a lot, throwing lots of kicks, hitting that bag consistently every time you train. That will definitely strengthen your legs. That will definitely improve your technique, but it's not enough. Then you've got your basic like strength training, whatever strength training you're doing. If you're currently doing squats and deadlifts and compound lifts, and you're not just doing like bodybuilding type workouts, if you're doing some functional or even CrossFit style workouts, it will benefit you. That will definitely benefit your Muay Thai or kickboxing. But as I've said before, when it comes to strength training, the best tool you can use is the kettlebell. And there are specific movements that help, and that's because what you want to work on, I mean, you want to hit the whole leg. You want to strengthen your calves. You want to have strong quads. You want to have strong hamstrings and glutes. But specifically for powerful kicks and balance and just better Muay Thai, I truly believe there's some things that are neglected. And what that is really your Achilles, and I've covered this in another video. Strengthen your calf, by extension, you probably imagine that you are strengthening your Achilles, but you're not really. These are some great Achilles exercises that I've covered before, and I'll put a link to that video. So putting some time into strengthening your Achilles and your abductors. Now, people think that their flexibility, and they're not wrong, their flexibility is a factor when it comes to their adductors, the inside of the legs. They need to stretch more, and yes, you need to do those things. You also need to stretch your glutes, your back, and your abductors, but you need to strengthen your abductors. This is what's so neglected when it comes to strength training to improve your kicks or your Muay Thai and kickboxing overall. Now, this is done in a lot of ways, and I'll talk about that more here in a little bit and actually show you some great workouts that you could use for warm-ups or cool-downs, or as their own workouts. The last thing that you're probably neglecting and you don't realize is your glutes. Your glutes are crucial when it comes to kicking, and balance. Remember, your glutes are your anti-gravity muscles. So that's what lifts us up. And we do need to elevate and squeeze our glutes to really generate a lot of power in our kicks. And when you're doing standard lifts, if you're doing squats and deadlifts, you are hitting your glutes, you are. And that's good strength training. But there are times you want to work in some exercises that hammer the glutes, that zero in, that really make those things burn. From some static positions to some just like thrusters and just band work. Then lastly, there's the hip flexors. You want to be able to like strengthen that or make that better, faster, stronger, and looser. Of course, you don't want tight hip flexors. Again, the reason I'm not focusing on the bigger muscles that you probably hit on a regular basis, which are your quads and your calves, is because the current strength training you're probably doing is doing sufficient work in that regard. And again, these are the areas I think are truly neglected. So again, let's focus on our abductors, our glutes, and our hip flexors, and our Achilles. So again, I've said I've covered this on the channel before, so I'm just gonna put some links to these videos so that I don't have to cover all those workouts in this video again. For this video, what I wanna cover, and I have shown some of these abductor exercises. One of them was the high kick video that I did, how to strengthen your abductors to throw high kicks. And remember, what you're probably not realizing is your abductors are not only tight, but they're weak. So I covered a lot of ways to stretch your abductors, which you probably don't realize that you need to stretch those, but you also need to strengthen them. So you can have them loose and not tight, that's great, but getting your leg up to kick effectively, we don't realize that that has to be strong. Our abductors have to be strong, in tandem with strong glutes, to get the leg up to a height that's comfortable and to throw it balanced and strong and comfortably. Okay, so when it comes to strengthening and working your abductors, there's some pretty basic principles at play, and once you understand them, training or exercising them and strengthening them, it becomes very easy. Number one, if you have a gym membership and you go to a gym that has one of those abductor machines, use it. Outside of that, the biggest thing is really thigh bands or ankle bands, okay, and that's what we have here. We got your thigh bands here. These are very affordable on Amazon, and then of course, if you want to go even cheaper, you can go with these, or have both. And these are your ankle bands. I like the thigh bands. They're made of more of a fabric-y thing because they come up on your legs. So we can use these tools to really stress and strengthen our abductors. Now, of course, you can do this without these tools, and those are exercises I've shown in previous videos. And let's go over that real quick, and then I'll show you exercises with the bands. The most basic, of course, is the high kick video that I did, where I showed you how to strengthen your legs for high kicks. And ultimately, it was just balancing on a wall. I've actually gone to trying to balance outright. These exercises are very good. Again, I've kind of moved to trying to do it without having to balance on something, and that helps strengthen my balance. We do it on both sides, of course. And then, of course, we have this one of my favorites, is the circles. And of course, you do whatever you do one way, 10 one way, you do 10 the other. I leave the reps and sets to you. In a recent video, one of the things I was covering was fire hydrants. These are very good for strengthening your abductors. Just a tabletop or get on all fours like this and then kicking your leg outward. One of my new favorites is coming down here like this, dropping your right arm and elevating your left knee, and then kicking up. Now this you only need to do once during a workout session, and you just do 10 of these kicks. You feel that one. I love that one. You do it on both sides, obviously. A couple of additional exercises in this position could be kick back, rotating forward. That's a really good one. And then you go in the opposite. Fire hydrant, kick back through rotation. So you've got these. Again, reps and sets are up to you. And you've got these. Now, when we talk about thigh bands or booty bands or hip circles, whatever they refer to these as, I call them thigh bands. You put them about 1 inch above the knees, your world blows wide open as far as the possibilities for exercises. Really, it becomes about pushing your legs outward. Again, knees pushing outward. Don't let these bands, you get really tight when you let your knees collapse in and then you're training like this. That doesn't make any sense. So we're always pushing out against the resistance of the band. Sometimes I have my students in my class just kind of do this. We're walking in a circle one way, walk in a circle the other way. For me, when I'm by myself just working out, I set a timer for 30 seconds or a minute, and I'm just going side to side. From there, I go to what I call kickouts here, just like we did without the bands. A bit harder because, again, I'm not holding on to anything for my balance. Or you just alternate. That's a good one. Another good one is what I call toe taps. So I lower myself and I reach out, tap my toe out as far as I can reach. Again, I do these for 30-second to 1-minute intervals. Some other basics are just really, if you need to balance against something here, and then just do rep sets of kickouts. This way, and this way. And while you're at it, you might as well work your hip flexors this way. I do sets of 10 all the way around. So out, again, for this side would be 7 o'clock, 10, and then of course 6 o'clock, and then 12 o'clock. So now, the fire hydrants we did in the tabletop position, that can certainly be done with the thigh bands on. Here, provides extra resistance. These thigh bands become so versatile because you can add them into glute training. There's a multitude of glutes workouts that I use the bands for specifically. And of course, you're working your abductors in tandem with that. Stuff like hip thrusters, right? Clamshell thrusters like this really engage your abductors and really hit your glutes. Even like leg days, working in my squats, stepping out against the band. So you can work your abductors as you're working other muscle groups. So you could use it as a warm-up, you could do it as a cool down, you could do it as its own workout, or you can integrate it into your other strength training. Just find a way to get some abductor work into your strength training. Given everything I've just explained, I hit my abductors at least 4 times a week. 3 times specifically, and then the other ones are unintentional when I'm doing other exercises or other strength training routines. So real quick, let's talk about the ankle band. This is just a thinner, it's made out of rubber, so it doesn't really go up on the thigh comfortably. So this one just goes on the ankles. And you have much of the same exercises, obviously, right? You kick outs, kick backs, forward, squats. It's all much of the same thing. Another thing I didn't mention with the thigh bands is jumping jacks. Those are much easier with these on, but you can also do them with the thigh bands. So I wanted to show you guys some of the workout possibilities and mainly some of the basic exercises. I didn't go over an actual workout routine because I just wanted to show you the exercise because I feel you can take those exercises and again, integrate them into your current workout routine. But have no doubt, you will feel the difference in your kicks, specifically the strength of your kicks, your ability to really get that leg up. You'll find that your balance increases significantly by strengthening your abductors, but don't neglect balance training. But yeah, those are the exercises I wanted to show in this video that can improve and elevate your roundhouse kicks for Muay Thai and kickboxing. So I hope you enjoy the workouts. Give them all a shot, mix it in wherever you can, weave it inside of your current routine, and I hope it really benefits you. Guys, if you're enjoying the content, we ask that you please like and subscribe, and we'll keep this thing going, and I'll see you guys in the next video.